So hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So ito na yung ating 5th week ng lesson natin sa Grade 7 Mathematics Quarter 1. So after kong i-introduce sa inyo yung rational numbers, so for this particular video lesson, we will be performing operations on rational numbers. So yung mauuna muna, addition and subtraction, and then multiplication and division. So let's start. So for our lesson objectives, of course, we will be adding and subtracting rational numbers with like and unlike denominators. And of course, we will be solving problems involving addition and subtraction of rational numbers. So in adding and subtracting rational numbers with like denominators, we simply add or subtract the numerators and we copy the denominator. And then we simplify if possible. So para lang pong mga fractions to, similar fractions. So kapag similar fractions, ina-add or sinusubtract lang natin yung mga numerators and then kinakopy lang natin yung denominator. And of course, we simplify them if possible. If a over c and b over c are any two rational numbers, then a over c plus b over c is equal to a plus b over c, and a over c minus b over c is equal to a minus b all over c, where c should not be equal to 0. It's because magkakaroon tayo ng undefined na sagot. So, ganun lang po ang rational numbers. Hindi dapat hinahayaan natin na maging 0 yung denominator. So, addition of rational numbers with like denominators. So, for example, number 1, 1 over 9 plus 4 over 9. As you can see, yung ating mga given, yung mga denominators nila ay puro mga like, pare-pareho. So, i-add natin or i-subtract lang natin yung mga numerators. So, let's have number 1, 1 over 9 plus 4 over 9. So, i-add lang po natin yung numerator. So, 1 plus 4 over 9. So 1 plus 4, that is 5 over 9. Can we simplify 5 over 9? No. So this will be our final answer because the greatest common factor of 5 and 9 is only 1. Okay, next. 7 over 20 plus negative 2 over 20. So, magiging 7 plus negative 2 all over 20. So 7 plus negative 2, that is 5 over 20. 5 over 20 can be simplified because the greatest common factor is 5. So if we divide 5 and 20 by 5, so our answer will be 1 over 4 or 1/4. So this will be our final answer. So 5 over 20 or 1/4. So 1/4 will be the acceptable answer. Okay, so lahat po dapat ng mga fractions ay naka-simplify, if possible. Next, 2 and 1 over 12 plus 5 and 7 over 12. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, i-set aside muna natin yung mga whole numbers. So, pwede natin silang i-add 2 plus 5. And then, yung mga fractions, 1 over 12 plus 7 over 12, i-add natin. Okay. So 2 plus 5, that is 7. And then 1 plus 7, that is 8 over 12. So 8 over 12, pwede natin siyang isimplify kasi yung GCF is 4. So if we divide 8 over 12 by 4, okay, so our final answer will be 7 and 2/3. Ayan. Next, subtraction of rational numbers with like denominators. So, ganun pa rin naman, pare-pareho pa rin naman yung mga denominators per item. Okay, let's have number 1, 15 over 8 minus 3 over 8. So, we subtract the numerators, 15 minus 3 over 8. So, 15 minus 3, that is 12 over 8. So, 12 over 8 is an improper fraction. So we have to change it into mixed numbers. But before that, we can simplify 12 over 8 by dividing the GCF 4. So that will become 3 over 2. Now, 3 divided by 2, that is 1. And then the remainder is 1 half. Okay, so our final answer will be 1 and 1 half. Next, negative 3 over 7 minus 15 over 7. So, mangyayari, magiging negative 3 plus, and then negative 15 over 7. Okay, we need to change the sign of the subtrahend, and then we proceed to addition. Now, since like terms lang, like signs lang sila, so i-add lang natin negative 3 plus negative 15, that is negative 18 all over 7. Again, improper fractions po ang negative 18 over 7. So, i-divide natin yung 18 sa 7. That will become negative 2, and then yung remainder 4 over 7. So, this will be our final answer. So, to check kung negative 18 over 7 equivalent siya sa negative 2 over 7, multiply nyo lang po yung denominator ng fraction sa whole number. So, 7 times negative 2, that is negative 14. Okay? Plus 4, that is negative 18 over 7. Next, 5 and 1 over 10 minus negative 2 and 3/10. Okay, so magiging ganito siya nun. 5 and 1/10 plus 2 and 3 over 10. Okay, so kasi yung negative 2 and 3 over 10, i-change natin yung sign, and then we proceed to addition. So now, we add, so 5 plus 2, that is 7, and then 1 plus 3, that is 4 over 10. So the GCF of 4 and 10 is 2, so divide natin sa 2, both numerator and denominator. So our final answer will be 7 and 2 over 5, or 7 and 2/5. So lahat po ng ating mga sagot ay kailangan nakasimplify. Otherwise po, hindi po siya i-accept. So what about adding and subtracting rational numbers with unlike denominators? So ito yung parang mga dissimilar fractions. So first, we need to find the LCD, or the least common denominator. And then we rewrite each fractions as equivalent fractions with the LCD. Add or subtract the numerators and keep the LCD. And finally, we simplify it possible. So let's have examples of addition of rational numbers with unlike denominators. So number 1, 2/5 plus 7 over 10. So the LCD of 5 and 10, that is 10. So, and then isusulat natin sila into equivalent fractions. So, ang mangyayari, 10 divided by 5, that is 2 times 2, 4, plus 7 over 10. Okay, so ikakopy lang natin yun since the LCD is 10. Now, we add 4 plus 7, that is 11 over 10, or 1 and 1 over 10. So this will be our final answer. Next, 3/4 plus negative 15 over 16. So the LCD of 4 and 16, that is 16. Now, we write them into equivalent fractions. So that will become 16 divided by 4, that is 4, times 3, 12. And then we copy negative 15 over 16. Now, 12 plus negative 15, that is negative 3 over 16. So we cannot simplify negative 3 over 16 because the GCF is only 1. So this will be our final answer. So for number 3 and 4, i-apply natin yung butterfly method. So yung butterfly method po, ganito siya. So sulat lang natin negative 8 over 15 plus negative 3 over 2. Okay. So and then we multiply diagonally. So negative 8 times 2, that is negative 16. And then 15 times negative 3, that is negative 45. And then dito sa ibaba, i-multiply natin yung mga denominators. 15 times 2, that is 30. And then, yung mga sinulat natin sa task, i-add natin negative 16 plus negative 45, that is negative 61 over sa product ng denominators. So that is 30. So negative 61 over 30. So isi-simplify natin yon as negative 2 and 1 over 30. So this will be our final answer. Next, 3 and 4 over 9 plus 8 and 5, 6. So, para mas maano tayo madali, so i-add lang muna natin yung mga fractions. So, 3 plus 8 muna, 11. So, set aside natin yung 11 and then sulat natin yung mga fractions. 4 over 9 plus 5 over 6. And then we multiply diagonally again. 4 times 6, that is 24. 9 times 5, that is 45. Next, 9 times 6, that is 54. Next, 24 plus 45, that is 69 over 54. So 69 over 54 is an improper fraction, so we need to change it into mixed numbers. So that will become 1 and 15 over 54. So 69 over 54, that is 1. And then may remainder na 15, i-over natin sa denominator na 54. And then, yung 1 and 15 over 54, i-add natin dun sa 11 kanina. That will become 12 and 15 over 54. So we can simplify 15 and 54 because the greatest common factor is 3. So 15 divided by 3, that is 5. 54 divided by 3, that is 18. So our final answer is 12 and 5 over 18. So let us now have subtraction of rational numbers with unlike denominators. So let's have number 1, 7 over 8 minus 3 over 16. So yung butterfly method, applicable siya sa addition and subtraction. So let's start with number 1. So rewrite lang natin ulit, 7 over 8 minus 3 over 16. And then, kagaya ng ginawa natin sa addition, multiply tayo diagonally. So, magiging 7 times 16, that will become 112. Next, 8 times 3, that is 24. And then, we multiply the denominators 8 and 16, that is 128. Now, we subtract 112 minus 24 all over 128. So the difference between 112 and 24 is 88 all over 128. And then we simplify. So the GCF of 88 and 128 is 8. So if we divide 8 to both numerators and denominator, so 88 divided by 8, that is 11. 128 divided by 8, that is 16. So our final answer will be 11 over 16. Next, 4/5 minus 11 over 12. 4 over 5 minus 11 over 12. And then we multiply diagonally. 4 times 12, that is 48. 5 times 11, that is 55. And then we multiply the denominators 5 and 12, that is 60. And then we subtract 48 minus 55 all over 60. So 48 minus 55, that is negative 7 over 60. So we cannot simplify 7 and 60 because the GCF is only 1. So this will be our final answer, negative 7 over 60. So let's have number 3, 5 over 8 minus negative 10 over 3. So yung rule natin sa subtraction of rational numbers and even in integers, so we have to change the sign of the subtrahend and then we proceed to addition. So 5 over 8 plus 10 over 3. So kung i-apply natin yung butterfly method, magiging 5 times 3, 15. And then 8 plus 8 times 10, that will become 80. And then we multiply the denominator 8 and 3, that is 24. And then we add the numerator 15 plus 80, that is 95, all over 24. Now, 95 over 24 is an improper fraction, so we need to simplify it into mixed numbers. So how many 24 are there in 95? And that is 3. And then the remainder will be 23 over 24. So this will be our answer. Again, to check, if 3 and 23 over 24 is equal to 95 over 24, we multiply 24, the denominator of the fraction, to the whole number. So 24 times 3, that is 72, plus 23, that is 95. So 95 over 24. Next, 9 and 5 over 18 minus 4 and 1/6. So subtract natin yung mga whole numbers, 9 minus 4. Ayan. And then, we get the LCD of 5 over 18 and 1 over 6. And then, the LCD is 18. So, magiging ganito siya. So, 18 divided by 18, that is 1. Times 5, that is 5. Next, 18 divided by 6, that is 3. Times 1, that is 3. Next, 9 minus 4, that is 5. And then we subtract, since similar fractions na sila, 5 minus 3, that is 2 over 18. Can we simplify 2 over 18? Yes. The GCF is 2. So, dividing 2 to both numerator and denominator, so our final answer will be 5 and 1 over 9. So let us now have problems involving addition and subtraction of rational numbers. Number 1, how much larger is 10 and 1/2 than 16 over 3? So yung problem na to, tinatanong niya, gaano kalaki yung 10 and 1/2 sa 16 over 3? So ang gagawin po natin dito muna is, kailangan nating i-change yung 16 over 3 sa mixed numbers. So ang gagawin lang natin, i-divide natin yung 16, yung numerator, sa denominator na 3. So 16 over 3, that is 5 and 1/3. After that, pwede na po tayong mag-subtract. So, ganito ang mangyayari. 10 and 1/2 minus 5 and 1/3. Okay? So, kukunin natin yung LCD ng 1/2 and 1/3. Okay? So, ang LCD po is 6. Now, 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Times 1, that is 3. Next, 6 divided by 3, that is 2. Times 1, that is 2. Next, so subtract po natin yung mga whole numbers. 10 minus 5, that is 5. And then yung mga fractions naman, 3 minus 2, that is 1 over 6. Ibig sabihin, ang sagot natin is 5 and 1/6. So, how much larger is 10 and 1/2 than 16 over 3? So, ang ating sagot ay 5 and 1 over 6. So, for number 2, which sum is greater? The sum of 2 and 1/8 and 6 and 4/5, or the sum of 5 and 2/7 and 3 and 1/4? So, para po malaman alin ang mas mataas na sum, so i-add lang po natin yan. So, una muna, itong 2 and 1/8, tsaka 6 and 4/5. Okay. So, ang LCD po ng 1/8 tsaka 4/5, that is 40. So, gawin natin silang equivalent fractions. So, 40 divided by 8, that is 5 times 1, 5. Next, 40 divided by 5, that is 8 times 4, 32. Ayan. Tsaka po natin sila i-add. So, 2 plus 6, that is 8. And then, 5 plus 32, that is 37 over 40. So, yung sum po ng nauna is 8 and 37 over 40. Next naman po natin kukunin is yung sum ng pangalawa. So, 5 and 2 over 7 plus 3 and 1/4. Okay. So, the LCD of 2 over 7 and 1/4 is 28. So, ganun din po gawin nating equivalent fractions. So, 28 divided by 4, divided by 7, that is 4 times 2, 8. Next, 28 divided by 4, that is 7, times 1, 7. And then we add the whole numbers, 5 plus 3, that is 8. And then, 8 plus 7, that is 15, over 28. As you can see, pareho silang may whole numbers na 8. So, titignan natin sa mga fractions kung alin yung mas mataas. So, paano malalaman yun? So, ganito lang po yung process. So, i-cross multiply po natin sila. Okay. So, 37 times 28. Okay. So, i-multiply natin po yun. 37 times 28. So, 7 times 8, that is 56. Carry 5. 3 times 8, 24 plus 5, 29. 2 times 7, that is 14. Carry 1. 3 times 2, that is 6 plus 1, 7. And then we add. Bring down 6. 9 plus 4, that is 13. Carry 1. 2 plus 7, 9 plus 1, 10. So, 1,036. So, kapag minultiply po natin ng 37 tsaka 28, ang sagot po is 1,036. And then, we multiply 15 and 40. So, 0. And then, 5 times 4, that is 20. Carry 2. 1 times 4, that is 4, plus 2, 600. So, upon multiplying, ang sagot po is 600. So, ang lagay lang po natin dito yung product, 1,036, tsaka 600. Okay. So, kung i-compare po natin dyan, alin po yung mas mataas na product? So, yun po yung 1,036. Ibig sabihin po, yung sum po ng 2 and 1/8, tsaka 6 and over 4/5 ay greater sa sum ng 5 and 2 over 7, tsaka 3 and 1/4. So, nasagot na po yung tanong. So, for problem number 3, Nathaniel bought 2 and 1/4 kilos of carrots, 4 and 3/5 kilos of potatoes, and 1 and 1/2 kilos of cabbage. How many kilos of vegetable did he bought in all? So, ang gagawin lang po natin dito is i-add lang po natin silang lahat. Okay? So, ang solusyon po, 2 and 1/4 plus 4 and 3/5 plus 1 and 1/2. Okay. So, pwede nating i-add yung mga whole numbers. Magiging 2 plus 4 plus 1. And then, i-add natin yung mga fractions. So, ano po ba yung LCD ng ating mga fractions? And that is 20. So, 2 plus 4 plus 1, that is 7. Set aside muna po natin siya. And then, the LCD, 20. Okay, gawin natin ngayon in equivalent fractions. 20 divided by 4, that is 5, times 1, 5. 20 divided by 5, that is 4, times 3, 12. And next, 20 divided by 2, that is 10, times 1, 10. Okay, so equivalent fractions na po sila. Pwede na po natin silang i-add. So, i-write lang natin 7 and 5 plus 12, that is 17, plus 10, that is 27 over 20. So, 27 over 20 is an improper fraction. So, kapag change po natin siya sa mixed number, magiging 7 plus 1 and 7 over 20. So, mag-a-add ngan tayo ng 1 dun sa whole number. So, magiging 8 and 7 over 20 kilograms. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung total kilos of vegetable na binili ni Nathaniel. So, let's have problem number 4. Joyce and Pearl are comparing their heights. If Joyce's height is 130 and 5 over 8 centimeters, and Pearl's height is 106 and 1/3 centimeters, find the difference in their heights. So, kino-compare ni na Joyce and Pearl yung kanilang mga heights. So, para magawa yon, kailangan lang po nating mag-subtract. So, mangyayari po, 130 and 5 over 8 minus 106 and 1/3. Okay? So, kukunin natin LCD ng 5 over 8 tsaka 1/3. So, the LCD will be 24. Okay? And then, 24 divided by 8, that is 3. Times 5, the numerator, that is 15. Next, 24 divided by 3, that is 8, times 1, the numerator, 8. Next. So, since naging equivalent fractions na sila, pwede na nating i-subtract. So, subtract muna natin yung mga whole numbers. So, 130 minus 106. So, 0 minus 6 cannot be. So, we borrow 1 from 3. 3 will become 2. And then 0 will become 10. Okay, next. 10 minus 6, that is 4. 2 minus 0, that is 2. 1 minus 1, that is 0. Then dito naman tayo sa fractions. 15 minus 8, that is 7 over 24. Ibig sabihin, ang difference between the height of Joyce and Pearl is 24 and 7 over 24 centimeters. So, kapag problem po na ganyan, at may mga units po, don't forget to write po. Kasi kahit tama yung sagot, pag wala namang units like kilograms, centimeters, meters, inches, mali po yun. So, this will be our final answer. So, after nating i-discuss yung addition and subtraction of rational numbers, wherein diniscuss natin yung like denominators and unlike denominators, so our next operations will be multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So, dito po sa mga operations na to, hindi na po applicable yung least common denominator. So, applicable lang po siya sa addition and subtraction with unlike denominators. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.